Hey all my embers, today's will be a very different one than usual, and that's for one reason. As of this video going up, I will have spent 20 years alive on this planet, and that is just wild to me. Never in my life did I see myself getting this far in life. Let alone past 18. And I want to make this video to talk about a lot of stuff to celebrate my birthday for spending 2 decades on this earth. I'll Oh, never mind. That's not controller tracking drift. I forgot I'm using hand tracking right now. I want to be a little bit more expressive and real for this. So that's why. Anyway, I'll quickly mention what I'm going to be talking about in this video. One, I'll be talking about some sections of people in my life. Not specifically, of course. I'm not going to dox anyone. But it'll become clearer when I get to actually yapping here. I'll also talk about my journey to this point, which I will warn now will get a little real and a bit heavy. I will put a warning when something's going to come up that you may want to skip over, and you can skip over if you wish if you don't want to hear those harder subjects. And of course, future plans for the upcoming year will be talked about as well. So grab a snack, get comfy, because I'm about to yap your ears off in this one. Without further ado, sit down and I'll tell you the things that are important to me on this day. I want to have the first thing to start off this video be expressing my insane, just overwhelming gratitude to all of my friends who I've made over the years, even the ones who've gone separate ways over time. Y'all have played an amazing part of my life, and I cannot begin to say just how much you all mean to me. And the current circle now, the friends in the Discord, and other servers, just the goobers I've been spending my days with for the last few months. I want to say, I love all you guys so much. You've all changed my life in one way or another, and like I said, I'll never be able to show just how much I love you all and how grateful I am to have you guys in my life. All the laughs we share, the victories, the smiles, and even through all the moments of supporting each other and talking about the harder things. The only thing I wish was different is that I had friends like you guys sooner. But I'm happy to have you all now. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for being a part of my life, and I hope to never lose any of you. The amount of support, the care you've shown for me, just our friendships as a whole is something I wouldn't even think about trading for anything else I've ever wanted. Of course, any cool family members watching this, thank you as well. I love you all, and after all, my friends are my family too. Okay, with that, I'd like to talk about a different kind of impactful section of people. My inspirations, what leads me to want to do YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok as a hobby and stuff. One of my first ever inspirations was Markiplier. When I first started seeing his content, I was probably a little too young to see him. However, I loved his stuff from the start, and he's been a mainstay in my YouTube subscriptions. And over time, I've seen more and more reason to just love this guy, in a general admiration way, that is. He's just one of the sweetest and down-to-earth guys I've seen. He's not afraid to speak up on shit when he needs to, and he's constantly donating to charities. It's not just the funny videos I like about him, it's the man himself. He's kind, caring, and of course insanely funny. And he was the original guy to make me start thinking about making YouTube videos many years ago. And honestly, the way I do content is kind of structured on how I grew up with him. Kind of like, yeah, I'm definitely intended for a certain kind of audience. However, I don't want to necessarily be so for that audience that a younger audience can't stumble upon me and, it would be just vile, it's not appropriate at all. Like, sure, it's not the best, but at a certain point, it would probably be fine. I'm definitely rated T for teen and up. However, if you're a little bit younger, your parents aren't gonna probably, lash out and I don't know. Assuming they aren't crazy, that is. Because there are parents out there like that. Yeah. Just overall, the way he does his stuff is kind of a huge inspiration for how I do my stuff and all that. And a more recent inspiration that I discovered last year or the year before is Astral Spiff, who, fun fact, is one of the few YouTubers or streamers that I actually got merch of. The Loaf plush is absolutely adorable and was well worth the wait. Moving on. Semi-recently, Spiff made a video talking about his journey to getting to where he was now, and this is kind of going off the brain here, so apologies if I get anything not insanely accurate. But he was also really down to earth on, like, when he made that video. He was a bit more realistic about how his journey was. It wasn't just, he didn't sugarcoat anything about it, really. And he also has actively said stuff that quote-unquote gurus say that you should do, when in reality, it's probably not going to help you at all. He's just another cool guy, really chill content, and he's introduced me to some cool indie games such as Peaks of Yore, Finding Frankie, and more. He's a really chill dude. I recommend him if you haven't heard of him. And Mark Spiff, if you ever somehow, by the will of God or whatever deity is up there, if you ever see this, I want to thank you guys too. You both have helped as a driving force for someone to pursue a new hobby. And of course I have other inspirations too, but you two are some of the biggest. Keep being you and keep making banger stuff, and I'll support you the entire way through. Alright, this is where things will get a little heavier in some parts, so just overall warning, and I'll make sure to warn when a more serious topic will be mentioned. I won't be trauma dumping like everything here though, but I do want to be real and describe my journey on how it really was, just overall in life in general, and just, it will also kind of factor into explaining why videos and stuff can, sometimes take as long as they do, or why some things in the future will be made in the way they are. So, to start off, I did not have an easy life growing up. I had some things going for me, but a lot of other stuff dragging me down. Things like depression, anxiety, ADHD, lower spectrum autism, they've all been something that's affected my life every minute of the way. And they still do today. So where I had good things, there was another thing to make me stressed out, either being purely mental or something bad had actually happened. And there was a huge reason why I said that at the beginning I never saw myself making it to this point. And here's your first warning, skip forward to avoid this mention. But I thought many times in my life growing up, I would have ended it before making it this far. And things easily still bring me down, even today, that I haven't just been able to shake. I still have a lot of these same feelings that I did years ago. A lot of just random bullshit. Yet, I still pushed on. And it was very worth it in the end, let me tell you. Even with dealing with these and other unmentioned issues, I'm in a much better place by pushing forward, and that I'd never see if I did. And I want to take a moment to speak directly to you, the person watching this video, to anyone watching this video, and not really talk about myself, but talk to you, to anyone who may need to hear this from anyone. You will be okay. Things may bring you down, things may get to you, but as someone who's gone through those things, it does get better. Just keep fighting through it. No matter how big or intimidating or scary or unstoppable your thoughts and feelings may get, you can always get through it. And you will, if you just keep pushing forward. Take things one step at a time. Always try and take some deep breaths. And I will not speak too much on it now, but I will talk about something I have planned to eventually make public later on. I have a series of FNF song covers that are to tell a story that go off of these things I've described, dealing with these things I struggle with, and warning again for the mention of these things, but the things like anxiety, suicidal thoughts, gender dysphoria, and many more mental or just general struggle issues that I want to do more with. I want to do something with these feelings and make something that not only can help me get it out in some way and vent it, but act as a reminder to anyone who listens to it and knows the story I'm trying to tell and convey, that they can get through their stuff too. Because while the story may be centered and revolved around me and, my struggles are not exclusive. There are many more trans women and men out there who have a lot of gender dysphoria. There are thousands, I don't even know if thousands is the right way to describe it. There is just so many people who also struggle with these other issues of depression and anxiety and all these other things. And I don't want to say too much more than that because I don't want to spoil it. I really want to have most of it come out and be told when it comes out. However, I will clarify this. There are no plans for a mod of this, at least for a long time. They would just be covers because I could do covers. So far, there's only one publicly available on my YouTube here, but yeah, I do not have modding experience, and I don't know if I'd really want to get a whole team for this necessarily. So yeah, they're just gonna be covers, and like some whatever side story stuff. But that's where I'll leave it. More details will be told eventually. Overall, my journey to this point in life has been really rough, and I still get Overall, my journey to this point in life has been really rough, and I still have a lot of kinks to work out. However, I'm in a way better spot than I ever used to be, and I'm proud of myself and happy to have come this far, even if sometimes I may not say that I am. There's also this that I did not write down in the script, but I do want to talk about, so this one's probably going to take a long time to film. I already had to do many retakes of the last section I just went over. Well, I guess this is still technically part of this section, just a very different direction in it. But it's going to be all over the place for me, so wish me luck. Future me, let me know if I did well at all. So to lighten up the mood, allow me to talk about the more entertaining and, more just generally fine parts of the journey at the very least. As I mentioned in the last section, there are quite a few people who are big inspirations to me, and, I've gotten a drive to do YouTube and like all these other creative aspects of my life because of these people. But this channel is not actually the start of it. I actually have another channel that for a while it was just barren after a while because I made a new email, but however I couldn't really seem to figure out how to change the YouTube because I don't think that you can. Let me know if I'm wrong in that. However, for a while I assumed I would just delete that channel. However, close to the end of last year when I was moving into my apartment, I looked back on it and I was like, I want to hold the memories of this. I want to keep this intact as like, look at how far I've come. And who knows, maybe back then all of my stuff was coming off of a PlayStation 4 using editing and Share Factory. And there are quite a few projects in there that I never finished, but I know that PlayStation is still in storage. So, what if I finish them up? What if this archive not only was just an archive of everything previously uploaded, but I went back and finished these older projects with the stuff I know now? Hell, maybe I could just take the files from the PlayStation and put them into Filmora, which I use to edit now. Kind of annoying, by the way, the AI pop-ups. No. Anyway, not the point. But maybe I could take them into the software I use now and drastically improve the quality, despite, the glaring younger child issues of, humor, whatever. Besides the point. That channel is still kicking around, and I originally thought I was going to do this way earlier, but I never really got around to fully committing to it. However, I do want to finally get it out there. So I'll link it down below. I'm gonna have a playlist go up on my channel as well that I'll also link, and it'll be like in the end card of this video. That's going to be the archive of all the stuff back in those early days on that old channel, back when I went by Phantom. And that was way before I figured out that, I'm trans. I don't know. I just don't want to let go of it because it's still a really important part of my life. And, there's a lot of stuff that, there's an old project from back then I want to bring back to life. And I'll figure out some way of doing that. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But overall, my YouTube journey started way before this channel was made. And so I'm going to give you an opportunity, if you're interested, to see this other side of my YouTube journey. And I really hope that when we find that old PlayStation, it has not been wiped or something, or that these files aren't corrupted. Because I really love the idea of going back to these things. And sure, they're probably going to be cringy as hell. However, it'd be charming. But it'd be really cool to go back to that thing and look at all of the stuff I was trying to make and wanted to make. And, make my younger self proud and be like, what? Fuck it. I'm finishing this. I don't care if it's old. I don't care if it's outdated. I'm gonna make young me proud. I'm gonna make them just live their dream. You can find links to all that stuff down below. And I'll talk about something else real quick. That's just a bit more personal. So, like is very clear, and like I just mentioned a bit ago, I'm a trans woman. And, obviously, like, at one point in life, I thought I was a guy. And something I like thinking about since I've ever realized I was trans, this was something I had thought about a lot when I was first coming out and everything, and eventually I did decide this is how I want to see things. So moving forward in life, I felt that the younger me that before I realized I was trans, the version of me that still thought I was a guy, is still kind of around. Technically, anyway. It's kind of like they're another person, but obviously there's no other person here. It's purely in here. But it's not like a DID thing. It's just more so of they're following behind me. They're growing up alongside me, just watching life change from when they were around. I still haven't found the best way to describe it, but it's just, back then, it was Rylan, but now it's Rylee, and Rylan takes the back seat. And yes, that was my name in the past, but I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned it back then anyway, on like some of my old videos, so whatever. Yeah, he's still around, just he's not me. He's kind of a part of me, but I don't really know if any of what I'm saying is making sense here, especially because it's off the rim because I'm off the script right now. And it doesn't help that I'm literally recording this at, I slurred my words there, but I'm recording at like 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. So, yeah, it's part of why I am more accepting of holding on to these past memories, is because I don't want to just get rid of everything about it. Because it also just serves as a way of showing how much I've grown since then in every aspect. And it feels important to me to just kind of hold on to it. I'll quickly just reinstate, wrap my thoughts up. Links to all that will be down below, and I'll try and give updates where I can for, anything about that. I'll also try and get it set up before this video goes out. For the future of this channel moving forward, the rest of this month I don't really know if I'll have anything for you guys. This video is also being scheduled to post on my birthday rather than posting it manually on the day. So for reference, the script has been typed out the same night I posted the last Wish video, and I'm recording also the same night at 3 a.m. like I mentioned earlier. So yeah, this could be basically a month in advance depending on how fast I get the editing done. So what I will say is it'll go a lot by ear. However, I know I have other plans for specific videos, which if you join the Discord server, that's linked down below with other socials, you can find more info as well as get tailored notifications for when I post on YouTube and all the other platforms I got. And as a bonus, you get to hang out with some pretty cool ass people. Discord plug aside, I will state that I have a New Year's resolution, and that is I want to try and do more streaming on Twitch. Which I also have had stuff I want to do there, but I just never had done. This info can also be found in the server. I may not stream regularly, but I hope to do them not once in a blue moon, maybe one every other month or something at least. Videos are still going to be figured out as we go. Overall, the future exists, and I do hope to do something with the fact. With that, I don't really have anything to talk about more. Again, an insane thank you to all of my friends, family, loved ones, and Embers for being around and supporting me through this life. I love you all so much, and things would have been 100 times harder without you. Happiest 20th birthday to me, and Where are you going? I'll see you guys when I see you next. Have a great day. Have a happy holidays. Have an amazing new year. Call your parents if they're cool. Drink water. Eat good food. Let those you love know that you love them. And with that, I'm blazing out. And one more time, thank you. See you guys next time.
I hate to do this to you, old friend.
And desist.
There is your first raid done.
Oh my god, that feels so good. Be gone, motherfucker.
Now you see those 1 million, Polaris?
I was phantom pregnant by Phantom Scott the Wall. On a finger chat.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if the event
Get your ass up here.
or not.
What is that?
Bro, that's fucking crazy.
And I'm gonna put your ass down in the name of fantastic and that's on four!
Do you want to be executed again, Alan?